Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the finale for the part-timer series here. This is race 12 of 12. We are at Armory Digital Superspeedway for 20 laps of racing in the Red Bull 200. Entering today, Ace Rogers is going to start second. Has a 10-point lead over Tony Vieira. Tony Vieira going to start fourth. And then 32 points back, Zachary Fitzwater will start. Oh, where the heck is he? 22nd. Now, for Fitzwater to win the championship, he needs Ace to finish last. And he needs Tony to finish no better than 19th. And he has to win the race and lead the most laps. So, kind of a long shot for him, starting 22nd. But it might end up being a good battle between Ace and Tony, depending if there's any cautions, who wrecks or not. So with that, starting lineup, Cody Hagan getting the pole. Mentioned Ace Rogers going to start second. Scott Greeny with Tony Vieira in row 2. James Morton and Jim Morton the third in row 3. Caleb Hoffman, Eric Corrala, row 4, with Cindy Vieira and Kyle Collins in row 5. So this is the first of the 4 races this weekend here at Armory. This is the only race the part-timers are going to run all season long that's on 10% length. So this will be the longest race of their season. And it should be a good one, as Arnold gives the command. We get ready for 20 laps of racing here at Armory Digital Superspeedway, and I will see you for the green flag. So as is special every time we come here, we show you the onboards for the race. So Michael Cavanero is carrying the Red Bull onboard. Skylar Dixon's carrying the Honeydew Donuts on board. Chris Carando's carrying the Napa on board. Ace Rogers, the Mountain Dew on board. Tony Vieira, the K&N on board. And Zachary Fitzwater with the Budweiser on board. And with that, I will see you at the green flag. Getting ready to go racing here. 20 laps of action. Who's it gonna be? Remember, the top 3, not the top 6 this time. Top 3 get into the Cup Series event. Green flag is out. The Red Bull 200 is on the way. And I say only the top 3 because Ace Rogers, Tony Vieira, and Zachary Fitzwater are locked in, because they were the top 3 part-timers in the Cup Series events through 23 races. So they are locked in. They are in. So if any of them finish in the top 3, will have to go to 4th, 5th, and possibly 6th if they were to finish 1, 2, 3. As Cody Hagan leads. But here comes Tony Vieira looking to lead a lap. And he does. Tony Vieira leads the first lap, so that's a bonus point for him, as he was able to get to the bottom after starting 4th. Ace Rogers has fallen way back. So now Tony Vieira in the lead. Here comes James Morton on the inside. So James Moore is going to lead this lap now. Let's see where the 75 of Zachary Fitzwater is. He's in the middle groove here, running in the back of the pack. You can see Ace Rogers falling all the way back here. Tony Vieira has fallen back as well. Let's take a ride with one of our drivers here. Let's go on board Chris Carando, who's currently running in last. And excuse me, guys, a second. I have to deal with the puppy. She's being annoying in my room, so I'm going to shut my door. Be back in a second to take you to the leaders.
No. Get out. Get out. Bad.
Alright guys, back here. I don't know if you got to hear any racing noises there. But James Morton continuing the lead out front. Tony Vieira behind in second. Scott Greeny in third, so they've single filed it out a bit up front. Ooh, Caleb Hoffman in the wall. Ooh, Paul Sardini gets into him in. Oh, boy, there we go. That's a crash. He came back down and bounced off of Zachary Fitzwater, and that is not a caution? Caution's out now. Ace Rogers, Tony Vieira way back here. But Caleb Hoffman to bring out the first caution. James Morton will be your leader here on lap number 5. Let's take another look and see what exactly happened to the 84 of Caleb Hoffman. So he just ended up connecting to the wall, entering the turn. And let's see, so he's scraping. And right here, he's going to be able to get off. And then Paul Sardini is right there, turns him down the track. He bounces off the 75. Whoa, that's a lot of G's right there. And he wrecks the car pretty much. It's just done right there. That was a huge, huge impact for this 84 car. So a tough break for Caleb Hoffman. And the funny thing is the caution was not out at this point. Caution is not out. Now the caution comes out, which I don't really get. This track seems to have some messed up cautions, but let's get you to the race restart. Getting ready to go back racing. We'll have 11 laps to go. Caleb Hoffman, only driver out. Now, the top 18 drivers did not pit. So James Morton, Skylar Dixon, Scott Greeny, Ryan Shea, Sam York, Cody Hagan, Karen Vieira, Eric Corolla, Emily Brooks, Philip Goldberg, and Zachary Fitzwater all came to pit road. So here's your top 10 right now. Tony Vieira leading, then Kate Rogers second, Kobe Alcer. Those three, race ended now. Those three would advance. The top 3, Chloe Baker fourth, Jim Morton the third, fifth, Kyle Collins sixth, Philip Tringali seventh, Nick Pericles eighth, Sheila Sullivan ninth, and Mason Powers rounds out the top 10. So I'm not sure if these 18 are going to have to pit or not, if they're hoping for another caution. But we'll see what happens. Remember, Ace Rogers had a 10-point lead entering the race. Tony Vieira led a lap. That's down to 9. Green flag is back out. How will Tony Vieira fare? He restarts 16th. He is one of the drivers that stayed out. Ace stayed out along with him. So they're in a big enough group of drivers that stayed out that if they have to pit, it could get interesting. Tony Vieira leads single file. Here comes Chloe Baker, Kyle Collins, 2 teammates there at the front row, working up a big head of steam. Trying to work their way in the top 3, maybe trying to make the cup race with their teammate and owner, Sam Rogers, who will not be battling for the championship, sadly. In fact, for the Cup Series, we have a total of 8 drivers fighting for the championship. Michael Parker, Dylan Young, Cameron Gaddu, Micah Kidney, Benjamin Tilton, Zachary Rogers, Connor Breton, and Allison Rogers. And out of those drivers, Young, Gaddu, and Breton are all rookies. So we have 3 rookies battling for the championship this year versus 1 last year, which was Greg Lyons. As Kyle Collins coming to the bottom looking for the race lead. And Zachary Fitzwater has lost the draft. As you go through the field, There's Ace Rogers on the bottom. But Tony Vieira is stuck in the back in the middle. So Ace Rogers doing a good job so far, looking for that part-timers championship. We knew he was going to be good at coming into the season, knowing he was Zachary Rogers' son. But he has blown some expectations, winning back at Old Spice. And he's been good for most of the season. He's had a chance or two in the cup races he's been in to win a race. And now he is moving up to 4th place. Jim Morton third and third, Cindy Vieira second, and Kyle Collins leads. Those would be the top 3 advancing right now. Zachary Fitzwater has lost the draft now. We could see him in the back there. But they're single file in the top 3. Looks like they could be single file in the top 6. Now Ace Rogers looking for third on Jim Morton the third. But he doesn't have any draft help, and he is already slowing back, losing the draft. Here comes Cameron Harple in the 78, maybe thinking of helping him, but they're just going to draft by him on the outside. So Sheila Sullivan looking for third. Now Colby Alves, 3 wide for 4th year. There's Sam York. He's done terrible again in the part-timers, and there's rumors that he will not be coming back. Now Ace side by side with Sullivan for 4th. But the top 3 are continuing to pull away. Jim Morton III would probably love to get to the lead, but unless the 97 goes, if the 97 were to pull out, Jim Morton III would go with, but the 97 is not close enough. Now Jim Morton III is looking down low for 2nd. He doesn't seem to have enough draft, though, so Kyle Collins and Vieira are going to keep their spots. Now, there's still caution flag is out. Oh, Paul Sardinia's on the apron. Looks like maybe Chris Corando, Ryan Shea were involved. Ooh, we got a lot of slow cars back here. I don't think we're going to make it back green. So come to the caution. This could be for the end of the race. Kyle Collins leads. Cindy Vieira 2nd. And Ace Rogers 3rd. Jim Morton III would still advance in 4th. So let's see what happened to the 26 of Paul Sardinia. So they're squeezing 4 wide, and you see the 26 squeezing with the 5. They try to save it, but Ryan Shea is there. And they're just going to, yep, there goes the 26. You see Shea gets in the wall, and then the 26 slides into him. He hits the wall some more. Then he's going to slide down. And he's just going to get stuck here. So there's your second caution. Let's take you to the end of the race. Back here at Armory Digital, and the race is going to end under yellow. So Kyle Collins will win. Cindy Vieira 2nd. Ace Rogers going to win the part-timers championship. He finishes 3rd. And Jim Morton III, who will finish 4th, will make it into the cup race. So Kyle Collins, Cindy Vieira, Jim Morton III all make it. Tony Vieira is going to come home 8th in his race here. And Zachary Fitzwater comes home 28th. So Ace Rogers is your Season 5 Part-Timer Series champion. And with that, I will see you for the Trucks finale.